This is Goku when he was young, right around the time I became a blushing bride.
He proposed to you at the World Martial Arts Tournament, didn't he?
Yep, we made a promise to wed when we were just little kids.
Aw, that's so romantic.
Hi guys, DN Neo here, and we are going to be talking about Goku. We're going to be talking about Goku, and I want to talk, especially with this episode, this podcast, again, whatever you want to call it, but I want to talk specifically about the man. I want to really try and dive into Goku. Before we start talking about his fighting, his transformations, I want to really dive into Goku and his psychology, I guess. I really want to kind of dive into that a little bit in this episode. So if you're pumped for that, then please smash the like button, leave a comment down below of what you want to hear me talk about in the future, or let's have a discussion about Goku and the topic today of Goku the Man. Okay guys, so when talking about Goku, my thing with Goku has always been that I don't really find him interesting as a character, but one thing that I have always found interesting with Goku is the fact that, yes, he is a typical anime hero, the main hero, at least of that time, where they were happy going, they didn't have a care in the world until they had to, and then, you know, they fought and they won. They ate a lot of food and they slept forever, and they always arrived at the last minute, right? That was your typical anime hero at the time. And I guess still is to a certain extent. But one thing that I've always found fascinating about Goku is although Goku does win pretty much all the time, there's only been a few rare cases where Goku's lost, I don't think that really matters with Goku in terms of who he is. I genuinely think Goku wants everyone to see his enthusiasm about martial arts and be as passionate about martial arts as he is. Or at least that's what they call the fighting in the DragonBall universe, martial arts. So for me, I've always found it fascinating so let's take the very famous scene where, you know, Goku's facing against Frieza for the first time. And if we take away from the fact of Frieza's just killed Vegeta at that point, if we take away in the future that Frieza kills Krillin, if Goku and Frieza had just fought, and then Frieza goes something like, you know what, monkey, I'm done. Okay, I'm gonna go off in my spaceship, I'm gonna leave, and I'm not gonna deal with, you know, I'm not gonna harm Namek anymore. I'm gonna leave. Will you let me leave? I think Goku would say yeah. And let's hang out and fight some other time. And again, I think that's fascinating with Goku. That Goku, not just because he's a bad husband or a bad father, or, you know, those are the typical two traits that people mention in terms of negatives with Goku, that I truly do believe this thing with Goku of the fact that Goku seems to not really care who wins unless something is on the line, which typically it is for the series, but to give stakes and stuff. But if it was just a fight or sparring session, I don't think Goku typically cares. I mean, the times when, and it's mainly with Vegeta actually, that let's say Goku and Vegeta, and Goku asks Krillin to spur him. Like, even when Vegeta's done everything he's done, no, he wants a sparring buddy. And he wants a sparring buddy, at least with what I took away from that, in Goku's mind, is on his level. Or can get to his level. Or can keep up with Goku. And I really do find that interesting. I also want to bring up here that although Goku is typically seen and heard as a bad father, a bad husband, I don't think he is. Hear me out here. In Goku's mind, I think Goku is training, yes, for the thrill of battle and because he wants to and he loves martial arts and he wants to get stronger just to get stronger and to learn new stuff about martial arts. That I think in Goku's mind, if he doesn't, then there's a risk that it all goes. It vanishes, it's done, and it all ends, I think. At least, maybe that's me giving Goku too much of the benefit of the doubt, maybe. But in my mind, Goku's doing it for that reason. The same way that Goku's typically called a bad father. Now, if I take you back to just when Raditz has killed Goku, or more accurately, Piccolo just killed Goku because it was his special beam cannon at the end of the day, even though Goku was happy for him to do it. In my mind, Goku does that feeling and just experiencing, remember this, just experiencing that Goku saw that Piccolo wasn't completely evil. So he was okay with his son staying in the presence of Piccolo and not like quickly telling Gohan to run, right? Because that's the typical moment of like Goku allowing Piccolo to like, or allowing Gohan to like stay in the proximity of Piccolo as he's dying. And then I guess there's the theory that he could sense that his friends were coming, not that they'd really be able to do much against Piccolo at that point. But I find it, and again, when Goku, kind of says, Gohan, you're up against Cell, and people are like, you're nuts. I don't think that's Goku being careless with his son. I think that's the fact that Goku recognizes and realizes that Gohan's just straight up more powerful. And Gohan wins this fight. It's despite the fact that, yes, technically it was Cell that brought out the Super Saiyan 2 transformation in Gohan, and not the training or his father. But actually, the fact that Goku senses the fact that his son is a calm warrior, and doesn't want to fight, and maybe, picking up in Cell that actually Cell's going to be so egotistical and push him that he's going to break that ceiling, and that power is needed right now. Even though, yes, in the anime there's that moment where Goku kind of realizes what he's done, and possibly left his son to die at the hands of Cell. And again, like, there's that moment where you see it, right? Where Goku's like, oh, my kid's gonna die. At that point, his only son, his only child is going to die. And Goku kicks into action. So I find it fascinating the fact that Goku is given all these like troops, and like he's a bad father, he's a bad husband. Not the best. He's definitely not winning any trophies for Father of the Year or Husband of the Year. That, yes, I agree. Yes, he's definitely not that. But he does believe in his heart of hearts, I think, that he's doing what's right. And that he's doing it to protect his family. He's doing it to protect Earth. This isn't just his family or his wife or his kids. It's the Earth. It's an entire planet. And I think that Goku needs to have more credit in that respect. The only time that I really kind of didn't hate Goku, but really turned my back on Goku was in the Super arc where he's like, "Oh, Zeno, oh, you're gonna kill everyone that loses? Yeah, okay, let's do it." But that just seemed out of character for me, for Goku. So that's the only time when I was really like, "Oh, everything that everybody said about you in the past is true, and this is messed up, Goku." But it's I take that as a moment in time where maybe someone wasn't thinking with the script. I don't know. But other than that, I think every single time Goku's come through. Yes, because it's anime and it's more exciting that moment in that moment. But if we just take that away, just for a second, he comes through. Yes, unfortunately, someone has usually died at that point, but Goku comes through. He uses that love for his family, for his friends, for the Earth, or for trying to defend Namek, or whatever planet he's on. And he uses that, and again, it's not about winning at that point. It's about saving. And I really think that Goku, because of that, is actually a really cool hero. As much as I still think he's an idiotic character, and it's just he's the main character, so he wins. Again, just seeing the anime as an anime. But other than that, I genuinely do believe in the fact that Goku actually does have a heart. He does really care. He's actually quite a decent hero. The best anime hero I've ever seen? No. But I definitely think a decent anime hero. Yeah. And again, usually I'm the one giggling at how stupid Goku is. And I'm not, ignoring that or, taking that away from the character of Goku. Because he definitely is. Goku is a flat-out idiot. But he does it with love. He's there for his friends. He's there for his family. And I truly do believe in the fact that Goku cares and Goku loves, and he loves martial arts. He's passionate about it, and that's why he wants to fight, not to become stronger, but to fight. Because he loves it and he wants to learn. Look what he did with Beerus. Even with everyone telling him, and even though Goku probably couldn't sense Beerus because of the whole God Key thing, my theory is within the first 2 minutes, 3 minutes, just because Goku has that battle sense thing, that Goku probably knows he's not gonna win, but he's still excited. He's still in the fight. Did he think he was going to get 2 shot? Was it 2 shot or 3 shot? I can't remember. Probably not. But yeah. So that for me, that clip it in Super where he actually asks to not face Beerus, not defeat Beerus, but to spar with Beerus. That is the true essence of Goku for me in that moment. And I can't damn him for that. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What other characters or themes or stories or fights do you want me to talk about? Leave your suggestions down below, guys. And what else do you want me to dive into with Goku or other characters? Thank you so much for listening and watching.